Da-na-na-na. 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 Hey! So it's me, back again, 'cause it's Veg, and I'm here to tell you 18 things I've learnt in 18 years, alternatively titled, How to Stumble Through Life But Not Entirely Trip Up. Number 1, self-discipline does not inhibit your freedom. If you want to not procrastinate and you want to do something, just do it. It doesn't mean you're conforming to a rule or anything, especially if you've made that rule yourself. You're the one in charge, and that is not a bad thing at all. Number 2, not everything needs to be analysed, and you are not a mind reader. This is something that has taken me a long while to learn. Fun fact, just because you think that person doesn't like you doesn't mean they don't like you. Just because that person seemed uncomfortable doesn't mean they were uncomfortable. But also, just because someone seems like they like you doesn't mean they like you. So it could go both ways. But basically, you don't have to spend all the time trying to analyse how other people are feeling and what they're thinking, because it's just quite unproductive. It's much more productive just to ask them. Number 3. You will feel better if you talk to that person than if you don't, even if talking to them seems like the scarier option. It's much better to get it over and done with, just say something, than just stand there really awkwardly saying nothing for ages, thinking about what you want to say, and then later being annoyed at yourself for not saying anything. It's much, much easier just to actually talk to them. Number 4, talk to yourself like you're talking to a friend. I'm not saying like have a full-on conversation with yourself like, hi, how are you? I'm good, thanks, how are you? What I mean is, talk to yourself with compassion and fairness, and basically just be kind to yourself, because a lot of people, and me particularly, I talk to myself how I would never talk to anyone that I liked. I just I'm really mean to myself, and that's not the best. You should be kind to yourself, and you should treat yourself with respect, because you deserve respect just as much as your friends and everyone, basically. Number 5, when you gossip, it says more about you than the person you're gossiping about. Just saying. But also, everyone gossips, so just don't be mean. Number 6, if you have an issue with someone and it's really bothering you, talk to them calmly about it and in private, and don't wait for it all to blow up. Number 7, being single is not a disease. Who'd have thunk? Number 8, you don't have to be friends with everyone. Most people are going to be nice to you, they're going to be good people, but you can't be close with all of them. Sometimes it's better to work on the closer friendships you have and make stronger friendships than try and be friends with everyone and splitting your time. It can genuinely just be quite exhausting. Also, no one is entitled to your time and energy. Just because they're nice to you doesn't mean that you have to talk to them all the time. You're a human being too. Number 9, be caring towards people you love, not because you're afraid they'll leave, but just to see them happy. Don't let fear drive your kindness. Number 10, tidy room, tidy mind. This is something I still need to work on, because I'm really bad at tidying my room, but I know that whenever I do it, I feel so much better. Number 11, sometimes you just have to wait for the storm to pass and not agonise too much over it. If you're stressing about something, if something's going wrong, if you're feeling bad and you don't know why, sometimes it's better to just relax, be kind to yourself, and just let it happen, rather than repeating things over and over in your mind and thinking really hard about it, because sometimes that can just make it worse. Number 12, resting is productive. This is the biggest thing I've learned in the past year. Whoa, maybe actually sleeping and just sitting around doing nothing can actually be good for you. I never, genuinely, this was something I was so shocked to find, because I was always forcing myself to be productive and work and create and be always doing something. But actually, it's really, really good for you to just sit and watch TV, or to just lie around for a bit. Don't always think of that as procrastinating, because it is so productive. Number 13, the more you do something you're afraid of, the less afraid of it you will become. This for me was mostly socializing, but also I used to get a lot of stress about going to work and driving, and even though driving still terrifies me, like doing more of all those things just made me so much more comfortable in those situations. Number 14, you don't have to label yourself. Like, it's really not worth stressing out over at all. Like, that comes to anything, like sexuality, gender, personality type, Hogwarts house, like all this stuff. Like, as much as I enjoy some of those things, like, is genuinely just not that important. There are way more important things in life. Number 15, talk to the people you disagree with. Don't just like write them off as evil and wrong and bad, because most of the time they're not. They just have different opinions to you, and I genuinely think talking to people who see the world differently to you can be just a great learning experience, and it can challenge your views. Number 16, make your own rules. Not saying do anything illegal, like work out how you want to live your life, your own morals and your own kind of code, like what you care about and what you prioritize. Make your own rules for those things. Like, don't just let your parents and your friends and your school decide those for you. Number 17, being enthusiastic and caring about things is cool. It's great to have a passion, and it's fun, and there is nothing wrong with that. Number 18, pasta is amazing and it's very easy to cook, so why eat anything else? That is my question to you. In fact, yes, leave your answer in the comment. No, I'm joking. What things have you learnt in your time on this planet? Let me know down below, and maybe we can learn something from each other. And also, are any of these things helpful? Do you relate to anything? I don't know. Questions. Let's have a discussion. You know how much I love those discussions. And I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, very exciting. Okay. Bye.
Don't know anything, but you talk endlessly. Don't know what it means.